Hello, today I'm going to show you the Cheetah hack. The Cheetah hack is named that because you put dots on your face either with your finger or with a small brush. If you were very artistic, you might actually look like a cheetah. I am not. You put them in the same place that you would apply if you were applying with like the brush I used yesterday, except for you're just going to use your finger and then you're going to blend with a brush. I personally use my finger all the time. I probably use it to apply my makeup 9 out of 10 times, unless I'm getting ready for like a big event or I want a heavier coverage or, you know, if I'm doing a class or something. But if it was up to me and it was just like me putting on my makeup for my regular life, I would be using my finger. It's fast, it applies less product, and it just gives me the coverage I want without being too heavy. You're gonna find what way becomes your favorite way, but I like to share this one because it's just super easy and fast. What I'm going to be doing is using the same 4 colors that I used before, and I'm going to be applying it on one side of my face with my finger and the other side of my face with just a small brush, because some people just don't like using their finger but might like this technique. So I'm going to show you both, and you'll see that it's going to pretty much come out, I want to say the exact same, but it probably is not even going to be noticeable, the difference, because it's such a small brush. So the same thing, you're going to go ahead and start, you're going to use your contour. And I'm just gonna put dots where my contour goes. Remember, you're gonna find your cheekbone, and I'm just hugging my cheekbone. And then my jawline. Just to remind you guys, I do not have great skin. You can see it's sunnier today than it was yesterday, so I have a lot of discoloration, things like that. All right, put a little bit here. I'll just do this whole part just because that's weird to do half. And then you can also do contour on your nose, which I didn't show you yesterday. If you like a slimmer nose, go down either side the bridge of your nose, not the middle of your nose, not the side of your nose. Yes, I know those aren't dots, but my fingers are too fat to make a bunch of tiny dots like that. All right, so I have my contour on this side, or I'm just gonna finish with my finger. Next, I'm gonna do my brightening highlight. Same thing, this is creamier than the contour. The contour is a little drier, so you're gonna pick up a lot more product with just a small little tap of the finger. I'm gonna still do around my eye, and I'm actually gonna put a dot on the lid of my eye because I haven't done any eye makeup. I'm gonna go, this is kind of hard to split half and half, but we're just gonna go down the center of my nose. Right on my Cupid's bow and on my chin. Okay, that's where my brightening highlight is, and we're gonna blend that in. And then my main highlight, I'm gonna fill in the blanks on this side. Hi. No. All right, so I'm going ahead and I'm just putting dots of my main highlight. You can see as I put this on, it's closer to the color of my skin tone. But it's gonna help even out that discoloration and texture. Put one dot right here on the side of my nose. And then I can take my cheek color and put some dots here. 1, 2, 3, whatever. I'll do my lip later. All right, on the same side, on the other side, I'm gonna just use this brush. This is one of our, I think this is just called an eyeshadow brush or a smudge brush, but it's an eyeshadow brush, but you can use it for whatever you want. And I've done this before many times. You can see it's even actually a little bit lighter application with this brush. Putting it down my cheekbone, my jawline. That one got a little bit high, no big deal, no big deal. This side of my nose. So, kind of showing you, and I should have probably noticed this before, but I've never really done half and half this way. Using this brush, you can see that I am getting, the coverage is a little bit less. That's not a bad thing. You might like that less coverage than my finger actually provided, so no big deal. I'm gonna just flip the brush because I don't want to put that in the brighter spot. And I'm gonna put some dots of the brightening highlight around my eye, down my forehead. I already did the center of my nose, a dot right there, my chin. And honestly, I mean, other than the contour, the highlights are pretty much the same amount of product. I would say. I'm just not putting my finger in there. So if that's something that you don't like to do, you just don't have to do it. But my point in this is showing you that you don't have to be neat. You don't have to be a makeup artist. You don't have to be artistic. You just put it on and it will all come together, even if it looks crazy at the beginning, okay? All right, now we're gonna go ahead and blend. I'm gonna use my blush and bronzer brush to blend today because I love this brush. So I'm gonna use this for the bulk of my face. Then I'm gonna use my blend brush around my eye, just to show you two other brushes. These are probably the two brushes I use most days on an average day. So I usually apply with my finger, blend around my face, blend around my eyes. And that's what I use personally. I've just found that works the best for me. And I like that way it turns out. So same thing, I'm just gonna start with the light colors first, and I'm just pressing it into my skin. All I have on my skin is sunscreen. I'm gonna do my light colors first, and I'm gonna do my eyes separate. And I'm pressing it in. It's warmed up on my skin. It's not taking literally any effort to blend this. It's blending like butter, nice and easy. And I did it in the same way I did it yesterday, same places I put everything. Oh, I didn't put any on my eyelid on the other eye. No big deal. I'm not doing my eye makeup right now anyway, so we'll fix that. Now that I've blended in all the light colors except around my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and do the contour. So I'm gonna take, again, the hairline one, and I'm just brushing it back and forth. And then I'm gonna brush it into my hairline. And then my jawline, same thing. I'm staying on the jawline or coming down my neck a little bit, but I'm not going up into my face. I don't want to create a beard or a 5 o'clock shadow. But this helps blend that color down so you're not looking like you have a line, but also creates a jawline and a more defined line. All right, and then on my cheeks, I'm gonna pinch it a little bit just so I have a little bit more control, but I am just doing the same thing. I am pushing it in, blending it up. That red color is intense. If you don't like reds or pinks like that, you do not need to. We have so many colors. It's honestly not really a big color I go to myself. Bless you. Bless you. But I think it shows up better on camera so you can see it when I'm putting it on so you can see what's happening. All right, around my eyes, I'm just taking this brush. It's just a smaller brush. It's lighter. It's really, I'm a little bit more dense here and like a little bunny tail on that side. And I am just so lightly blending those highlight colors down, just taking excess as I do it onto my eyelid and covering that under eye area. And then I'm just gonna soften that up. And then same thing on this side. And I'm gonna show you later also, we have the best brush cleaner. This brush is white. Some of the brushes are the older style, like this one, this is our older style, but all our brushes are white now, and that's cool. I mean, it doesn't matter that it doesn't stay white forever, but our brush cleaner makes it white again. And it is a dry brush cleaner, and that means you can use it immediately after, so which is pretty awesome. All right, now I've done that part, and now I'm gonna just take this, soften this up a little bit too. And then I'm gonna take this side just because I didn't totally do my nose with that other brush. And instead of taking it and like blending it side to side, since I contoured, I'm just pinching this brush and taking that line and bringing it up, following the lines I made basically, because I don't want the contour going fat this way. It'll create a wider looking nose, which I don't want. If you don't have any feelings about your nose, then you don't need to contour your nose. I do it just because I think it does add a little bit of, I don't know, like sharpness, which I think is kind of fun, but it's not a necessity. But if you do feel like you want to try to just, again, go down the bridge of your nose, and you can like either use your finger, which I do, but I tend to get a little bit of a fatter line, or use a thin brush and make a nice thin line and blend it up and down. All right, so that's pretty much it.
The thing you said was kind of funny because it was like a bridge on your nose.
Yeah, a bridge on your nose. That's this part of your nose. So now I want to show you one more thing before we end, which I didn't do yesterday, just kind of piecing things in. This is a beauty blender. Ours is called a Perfector sponge. It is just really, really fluffy when it's wet. So it's much smaller when it's dry. I ran this under water, got it all filled with water, squeezed it out, and then I took it to a towel, and I just squeezed it in a towel too. So it's just damp. And this is a great way, especially if you have mature skin. And again, that's if you're like in your 30s, you have mature skin. This will help press in your makeup. It'll give you more of that flawless finish. So it's not gonna look like there's much makeup. Like it's gonna look more like you're not wearing makeup, but you are. And this is just a great way to do that without removing your makeup. And it's just damp, and I'm just pressing it into my skin, and it's a great way to finish off. Look, there's a lot of other things you can do with that blender, which I'll share in another time. And then because I didn't put any lip color on, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this color. This is called Rosewood, and it's a stain, and it's kind of a, I don't know, like a burnt orange or a rust color. It's really pretty. This is a satin, sorry, not a stain, a satin. So it's a little bit drier. So sometimes you want something a little bit more of a glossy finish. You can top that off. We have a balm, which I don't think I have out here right now, that I put over. It's just clear. Or you can put your illuminator over it. The illuminator is what's gonna go on the high points of your face. This is our gold, this one's actually called Confetti. It does not have a lot of color, but it has a shimmer to it. You can see that. So I could take that and put that over my lip color. We have other shades. We have a rose gold, like a pinkish color, a pearl color, a glow, which I'll show you that another time. And then you can take this color. This, I didn't do illuminator yesterday, so illuminator generally you would then put on the high points of your face. Add a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of iridescent glow. Really pretty. You can put it, you know, especially after you did your eye color, you could put it on your brow bone. It's gonna catch the sun. It's gonna add a little bit of like shimmer glimmer, not glitter, shimmer. So all set, that's it. Same 4 colors, added in a little bit of extra pow today. And that is how you do the Cheetah hack.